Welcome to The Consumers. They call me Greg Warren. I am here today with my friend Sean O'Brien.
Hey, that's right. That's what they call me.
Sean O'Brien. Tim Convey is also with us. He's a friend too.
Yes, good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. We got a lot to get to up top.
It's a big one.
But right up front, I want to say, Sean, there's something going on with that water, and I don't know. It looks like you got it from a pond or something.
Yeah,
I don't
don't
understand.
panic.
It's disgusting. I don't know what's happening here.
It is not a pretty looking color.
No.
Everyone just calm down. It's
Okay.
okay. It's just.
I believe we would all like it. I believe we've all demand an explanation.
Yeah. It's just liquid IV, guys.
Oh,
Liquid IV.
Liquid IV, little, it's like hydration thing.
powder
Electrolyte
packet.
packets.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
Dump into regular water.
Usually, though, when you have a packet,
Yeah.
it's going to change the color to something recognizable.
You're right.
Did you go with the pond water flavor of
No.
the liquid IV?
If we really want to get into this, I think they use too much mix in the packet. So I use like a third.
Yeah.
So it does the coloration.
Maybe
Oh,
you didn't use
yeah.
enough
Do
water.
you see what I'm saying?
No,
I use more water.
He's
than-
using.
I'm using a third of the recipe.
He should have put the full recipe, and then we would not have to look at.
Then we don't have to look at pond water,
yeah.
as Greg says.
Yeah.
It would
I-
be like appetizing.
I'm pretty sure I see a frog in there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, Greg. It is down there.
Have you done that a while, that IV thing?
I love it, man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's good marketing because I'm convinced it's just a healthier way to have water. But then there's like sugar in it and stuff. So I don't know. Electrolytes. I don't even know what that does. It just sounds like give me electrolytes.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference.
Yeah.
So I'm a
All right.
sucker and I
Well-
load up on it. So yeah, sorry guys. It's not visually pleasing,
No,
but
it's not.
It's
I'll just have to drink it. I'll just have to drink it.
That's
We're
fine.
on
We'll
it.
live with it. We'll live it. There's a lot of other stuff that we put up with.
That's true,
You know,
man.
that,
Yeah. There.
is a lot worse. So, I want to address a couple of things up top. I made a reference to something on the outro of an episode, I think a couple of episodes ago.
Mm.
And I looked at it and I realized I was calling back something that I'm pretty sure the listeners have never heard.
Mm-hmm.
Because in all honesty, we have done a couple of like practice episodes that didn't air.
Warm up things.
Yeah, sort of
Demos.
we had to kind of go to Nate and say, "Hey, man, what do you think
of this?"
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Absolutely not."
He's
we
like,
had to go
"More
back
right."
to the drawing board.
More peanut butter.
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Fire
that.
O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stood firm on that one.
I appreciate
I was
it.
like,
buddy.
nah, I'm sticking with Sean.
Sticking
He's
with
my
Sean.
guy. And Nate finally said, "Okay, fine." So this referred. I'm not going to give away the punchline. I don't know punchline, but whatever the climax, the ending. I don't know. Anyways, Sean and I take a lot of road trips together, and I'll be honest. Sometimes I can be a little bit of a jerk with the phone stuff. Usually, I drive, and I've got an iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got the
I got the Android, man.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
One of those.
Yeah.
The other one? iPhone, Android.
Android.
Yeah.
Fisher Price,
Fisher
whatever.
Price. Yeah.
So I've got that, and he's got the other, and it's usually my charger. And sometimes I complain when he's charging his phone on his Android thing because I'm like, I'm not getting enough charging time, or like
Yeah.
you should have charged it for. I'm being a little bit of a jerk. So at one point, I don't know, we were halfway through the trip or something, and he pulls my charger out. And he starts to put his in, and I was kind of joking around. I'm like, "Oh, come on, man! I wasn't done charging." He just goes, "I have the right to charge my phone."
And I took a stand.
He did.
I took a stand. I've had
said it.
enough.
I have the right to charge my phone. And he was serious. Like it was like Patrick Henry or something. The way like he was. Yeah.
He blows up a little bit if his phone's not right, if he's low on battery. Like there's a panic that sets in with him. Like, what do you do? He starts pulling cords, yanking it, throwing it out the window. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just absolute chaos.
I have the right to charge my phone. So I think on a couple episodes ago, I signed off with "You have been consumed. I have the right to charge my phone," and people were like, "What is he talking about?"
Yeah, that was it, man.
Now again, and now I'm like, well, maybe we did do it again. So I don't know.
I
but
don't know either.
I don't know. But if we're repeating this, we're sorry, but we wanted to clear that up.
A lot of
Sean
people happy to hear that.
has the right to charge his phone, and I will tell you, all of you have the right to charge your phones.
Yeah.
It's a basic human right.
You do. Yeah.
And it was, and take advantage of that right, because guys like Sean fought for it.
You're right. In fact, I would recommend whatever you do right now. If you're charge your phone right now, put it on. Just go right in. You'll be like, that's good. I am low. Somebody's looking. Somebody right now is at 18%, and they're like, you know what? He just saved us, just like that.
Yeah.
So,
Even if it's Android, you're saying.
Of course, man. I don't know what iPhone people got to take it easy with it. They really have a salty feeling about Android. Like it bugs them. It's like, fine, you got an iPhone. I don't. We can coexist. I don't know why this is such an issue. You got the Android, can't AirDrop and blah 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 blah.
Coexist is a good word for it.
Is that what I said? Right?
Yeah, it's a great word. Coexist. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to be friends. I don't know if we're going to be close, but we can coexist.
Live in the same world.
Yeah, we can live in the same world. We don't have to agree on everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying iPhone people there is a little bit of pushback when
I get more attitude, I think, from Android people who have a chip on their shoulder.
They do, man. They do.
Well, they got to stop, and I'll back you guys up on that. That's ridiculous.
Okay, iPhone people get irritated because it messes up text chains.
Yeah,
you're not blue, the whole green, whatever. But
Correct.
Android people get mad. I think I guess because there's fewer.
They're smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a 60-40.
A bitterness. Is
Yeah.
it even 60-40?
A bitterness, a little bit of like angst, a little bit of chip on your shoulder.
Yes.
Whereas if somebody could have said like, "Hey, man, I really need to do this," rather than go, "I have the right to charge my phone."
Yeah. Yeah. You guys get like that.
Yeah. Also, I believe on the previous episode, we were talking about Terry Porter. Sean said he was a point guard. I said he was a backup center. Sean was right. We got one of our commenters on YouTube.
Nice.
He was a point guard. I was wrong on that. We talked about the last episode. We talked about a fight that occurred in a University of Oregon football game. Somebody punched another player. The puncher was LeGarrette Blount, I believe, was who did that. Somebody cleared that up for us on the comments. Not to, again, my point was LeGarrette Blount was made into a villain for doing this. He was a horrible person because he punched somebody from the other team. And then I watched the hockey game the next night, and there were people doing that the whole game, just punching it. And everybody was like, "Yeah, that's what they do, man. This is great."
I love it. I mean, and also, we've made it clear that out of everything we try and present that's fact on here, 70% chance could be wrong. Is that that's a reasonable number?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably 90% wrong. I'm definitely. I mean, I think
you're right on the Terry Porter thing.
Okay, yeah, I know. There's the 10%.
Did you have the right to charge your phone?
I have the right. In fact, I should have the right to charge it right now. It's just going out there, battery dying.
No. Yeah, I like this. This is how I promote the podcast. When I go out there and say, "Hey, I think you guys should listen to this," and by all means, tell your friends to listen. Tell them this. You're going to laugh. We want you to laugh. It's supposed to be funny. Okay, you're going to learn some things. 3-4 times during the podcast, you're going to say to yourself, "I don't think those guys are right about that."
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah. And if anything, we might learn some things. That's the beauty of that. Like we learned the Terry Porter thing.
Oh yeah,
I did.
Yeah. So it's like
shut my mouth.
It's people helping people.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. We'll get to comments, but I'm learning a lot from people. Like you said, starting with us being wrong.
Yeah, we've been wrong on a couple of things. Yeah, and we're not going to do a retraction on all of them because that would be the whole podcast.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that.
Yeah, Sean, I assume that Buffalo Bills sweatshirt is new.
Brand new, guys. I got a brand new Buffalo Bills sweatshirt from Orchard Park, New York, Highmark Stadium. That's where they. I'm thinking of a hospital.
Big fan.
Already missed the name of the stadium. I'm thinking of the Highmark. Yeah.
Yeah, you, Sean. We are, in all honesty, we're recording this episode a little bit early. So when it comes out, you will have gone to the Bills game about 9 days before that.
Correct.
But you went to the Bills game. You went home. Sean's from Rochester, New York. He grew up a Bills fan. Him and his dad went to 1-2 games a year.
Yes.
When you were growing up, you loved it. You're still a huge Bills fan.
Huge.
I kind of pull for him now because I don't really have a team. I also like the Steelers. But you went back. You went back home and you went to a game. They beat the Dolphins, was it?
They beat the Dolphins, which they've, over the years, Dolphins, that was a huge rivalry. The Miami, Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm just going to if you saw, look, the game was insane. It was actually, we weren't playing great. It was kind of back and forth, up and down. And then it's like, I think it was 27-27. There's 5 seconds left, and we have a chance to kick a field goal and win the game. Fair enough. The problem is the field goal is a 63-yarder. Now, if you know NFL, that's not a layup.
No.
That
was the record for a while, right?
Correct.
The guy with half a foot, that was his record, right?
Tom Dempsey, I believe, had it. And so we're
He
already...
prefers to go by the guy with half a foot, but yeah.
we could call him that.
I get his football card. That's what it says, actually.
So we're already thinking, all right, Bass, this is the name of the kicker. He's probably going to miss this. He's had kind of an up and down season. So we're just already planning, like, all right, how are we going to... overtime. I was with my Uncle Brian, great guy, but he's very efficient. He's very like, we're the game, and then we're going to be out. So he goes, listen, in the unlikely event this thing doesn't, if this game ends, he goes, we're going to wheels up. He goes, it's probably not going to. And then Bass just pops it up there, 80,000, nails it. Dude, it was like, I think the Bills fans reacted like it was the same volume as if they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
it was unbunbelievable.
crazy energy. I mean, you're just like, whoa, this is...
How would you know what that sounded like?
You're totally right. We don't know. Thanks for just putting salt in the wound there, man. Yeah, Bills are good at losing Super Bowls. They lost 4 in a row in the 90s. And it was just, full disclosure, I did not get to jump through a table. I did not.
You didn't try then.
I did. Well,
we talked about it on the podcast. You said that you would jump through it if they won, and they won.
I did. My uncle, just world class guy, man. He took care of the tickets. This was his deal. He drove. I went with my cousin and his kid.
Sounds like the least you could do is jump through the table.
I know, man. My point is, but like we got out of there that thing went in, and he's been a season ticket holder for like 40 years, and so I mean, it was just this like in out, but like we're already on the throughway within like 10 minutes of the game. So
you didn't have
There
time.
was no hanging.
Well,
okay.
People hate this table. The fans do.
Yeah, they do.
You're here.
Oh, I do it if you guys. I would do it if you guys let me. I'm dead serious. But see,
I'd be all right with it.
Randy? It would be the end of this episode. And so far, we haven't really got into what we want to talk about. So, anything else from the Bills game?
No, it was just insanely great.
Did you witness anybody jumping through tables?
No, you see, the thing, tailgating is a little tricky right now because they're building a new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They're building a new stadium.
The Highland one?
The Highland, it's called Highland. They're going to call it the Highland Stadium. Yeah.
There can be only one.
So there's like, basically we're losing like 50% of the parking lot is not available because they're building a new stadium right next door.
Okay.
So just unbelievable.
And it's in like a neighborhood, right? It's like it's just a bunch of houses around the stadium.
Yeah, man. It's like how Green Bay is. In that Orchard Park is like 30 minutes south of downtown Buffalo, roughly.
Yeah, but it's like there's not a lot of other stuff around it.
Oh yeah,
there?
people convert their lawns into parking spots, and it's just
I have always loved that.
Oh yeah,
because there's nobody with more of a sense of like I get to be the boss for a day than the guy who converts his lawn into a parking lot for a sporting event or a state fair. He's like, I want you there. I want you there. I want you there. It's 30 up front. It's like he's just bossing everybody around.
Stack of cash in one hand.
Yeah.
Offering to do it. You turn it, you go all the way around. Yeah. All the way. You want me to do it? Step out. Let me hold this money. Every time.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, they think there's somebody that day.
Cut it.
Yeah.
Cut it.
I don't know what you're saying. Yeah.
Nope. They have 8 days a year, and that is their time to shine, man.
They are in charge. Yeah.
Yep. Prices fluctuate. Now they have 2 left. They're like, how much to park? Well, what do you got?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is some Chevy Chase
and
stuff.
you think, I mean, they live right by the stadium. They do this every year, right? You'd think that they would have a decent sign made up, communicating the key information about that parking area, but it's not. It's like a makeshift cardboard. Like a
it's
green
like Amazon
marker.
boxes and crayon.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, man.
They cut corners.
When houses like that go on the market, I always wonder if that's listed in like the things about the house. Like there's this much revenue built in during baseball season, football season, whatever it is.
Man, that's a good point.
Think about all those houses around Wrigley. People do that.
Man, if we could get, if any of the listeners, I'd love to hear on this one. If anybody, comment on that because you gotta say, hey man, it's an expensive house, but you're gonna make your money back.
Yeah,
8 Sundays,
$700 every weekend.
And if you want, I'll come back and I'll run the
Yeah,
I'll run the lawn, show you how it's done.
Do the schematic.
Be like, no, we don't want you anywhere near this place ever again.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know where to put him. It's
He's got all
I know where to put him. You got to get him in there. Yeah, we're talking difference between 18 cars and 37 cars.
Yeah, which is odd because those are probably the same people who didn't pass the 4th grade, but then when it comes to Tetrising and math, they got it all figured out.
Yeah.
And you know what
shine.
The key is you turn away those town cars and you do only compact. You're going to make a lot more money.
Keep going,
Tell
brother.
them you're full. Nah, we're full.
Keep
Lincoln
going.
Continental.
Keep going, brother.
Not a chance.
I'll tell you what. I plan on making about $700 a day. You want to give me $700? Pull it in here. You can have the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing, brother. You can have the whole thing. Otherwise, you keep going.
I'll cook you a hot dog on your way in.
Yeah.
He's got like the shed, like they do at the airports. If your bag fits, it's like your car's got to go through.
Yeah.
One of those deals. You know what I mean? You got to like before you put your bag in TSA, like does it fit through here?
Oh,
Some
yeah,
guy's got an F-150. Sorry, buddy. Not today.
Man.
Like
Can't
you
do it.
said, unless you want to give me $2,200.
We can't do it.
Tried out. New guy moved into Terry's house 3 houses down. He might put you in. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah. I can't. This is how I make my living. I think some of those guys don't work.
Oh, for sure. If you got a big enough yard and like you said, you get them in tight enough and postseason, I mean, if depending on what, see you
Wait
later.
a minute.
Let's
Are you saying
extra revenue?
Do you think that they're raising the price for the postseason?
100%.
Yeah.
You got to. If you know what you're doing,
They are raising the price 100%.
absolutely.
Yeah, they are doubling.
You might sell a season pass type situation too, where you're just getting that revenue up front.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. I'm going to look at them.
I got my guy for the Cardinals games,
Oh, yeah.
and you guys have gone with me. Sean knows
Yeah.
him, right? I go to this one place, and
Jimmy.
I take.
We don't need
Come
to
on,
be.
would you shut
Come
up?
on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'm hooking him up. Get singing his praise. Go ahead.
Well, no, and then there's
No,
not
now
spots.
everybody's going to be going there.
yeah, but
Just-
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Drink your.
It's for the best.
Drink your frog water.
We're gonna be cutting that out.
Yeah, let's edit
you
that
could
out.
Beat that, Jimmy.
Yeah. No, I go there and we're buddies and I tip him pretty well. And I went down there for the playoffs and I was like, okay, it's going to be the same price because I always take care of him. I mean, I go overboard to take care of him. And he was like, not there.
Oh, really?
Like he was parking another car
I thought you were
and
gonna say
his
acted like
buddy
he didn't
got
know
me
you.
and it was like, I normally pay 35 and he got me for 100 or something. It was so, I was like, yeah, man. He's like, $100. And then I told Jim, he's like, oh, I wouldn't have done that to you, man. Yeah. But
should have waited.
Man, you're trying to get to the game.
I thought you were gonna say it was Jimmy, and he just acted like he didn't know you.
No,
like it was
no.
postseason, all new rules.
He's the best guy
loyal.
there is,
Yeah.
man. And I'm not sure you got the right name, which is good on that.
Yeah, protect it.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm
maybe,
doing.
maybe that's what you were doing.
Right. That's maybe what I was doing.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Air quotes, right.
Yeah.
Right. Thinker.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a little bit about you before
Sure.
we get into this. I know you've had some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Tim bought a house. Was it a year ago?
No, we moved in January.
Okay,
yeah,
so a little less
not
than a year ago.
Yeah,
It's an awesome house, but he's had some flooding problems in the basement,
Yeah.
and this week it got pretty bad, right?
So it was really bad in the spring, just constant. And the basement is it's where my office is, and then playroom for the kids. There's a bedroom, and it's just been in the spring, just was hitting us constantly. So we hired this waterproofing company, but they were booking so far out because of all the rain that came this year. So they were like, "Oh, we're coming," months and months out. So it was this past weekend that they've come, or this week they started work, and it also just happened to be when it started raining like crazy. So the basement, the days they were coming, it was pouring outside, and the basement was taking on more water. So they've ripped up the drywall and started cutting in the concrete, and you can literally see all the things that are happening. Because when you get water in your basement, a lot of times you're just up there the next day just trying to guess. Well, it looks like it came down from here. It looks like this happened, but you're just seeing it all.
Oh, wow.
But we had also already hired them for the work that we thought was the thing. So it's just been absolute chaos, and it is not cheap. But hopefully it all gets sorted out as they put this stuff back together. But it is not fun.
I'm sorry, man.
And it's loud. I mean, they're jackhammering up your floors, and it's intense. So we'll see. Hopefully we're on the path to getting it all done. But it is, it's been a lot, man. It is real wet down there.
I'm sorry that's going on, man.
Yeah.
Very sorry it's going on.
Could be
Man,
worse.
It's rough.
Meantime, Greg's got a brand new place.
I got a brand new place, got
Yeah.
the TV in. My brother Devin, you know Devin. You guys know Devin. He's
Yeah.
Tim's insurance agent.
Yeah.
Sean won't switch over. But He is buying a place out at Innsbruck, which you have your uncle has a place
Correct.
out there. Innsbruck.
So
We
great.
live in St. Louis, and Innsbruck, it's about an hour outside of St. Louis.
Right.
And it's like it's a bunch of lakes, a ton of lakes out there. It's really cool. But there's I don't think you can have traditional motors on the lakes. Yeah, it's not like hot rod down at the lake.
Yeah. You're not having like CDs.
But it's great. It's and he bought a place right on the lake. Well, he was supposed to close on the place today because my brother loves doing stuff on the water. And get this, he changed his mind. He's gonna get a house right up against Tim's basement, and he's just.
It's probably a bigger lake.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
probably
bigger
why he's
lake.
thinking.
No,
He's like,
it's
well,
a
there's
lot of
more
water.
water there.
Yeah, there's more water.
It's
And
not a
it's,
bad move.
Yeah,
That's how I'll make my money.
yeah. You'll
Is
be
that-
like,
yeah, real estate
You should
down
get
there.
that guy to come down.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we don't want you
That's
there.
your lot right there.
Right.
Cut it.
The
it's
brand
rough.
this week is, I believe, our first toy brand. Sean, hold it up.
You got it, man.
Lego.
We got it.
We are doing Legos.
There it is. Look at this thing.
Lego. It's a pretty cool brand, and we know a little bit about it. Let's start right into it. The central figure in Lego is Ole, O-L-E, Kirk Christensen. He's from Denmark, Billund, Denmark. Now listen, don't let the O-L-E spelling fool you. It's Ole, not Ole.
Got it.
Think of it, which is confusing because you're going to turn on the football game if you're an SEC fan this Saturday, and you're like, well, you already know where I'm going on this. Yeah. Mississippi State is playing Ole Miss. It's not. It's
not.
Ole Miss. It's Ole Miss, but Ole Kirk Christensen.
Ole.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Think bullfighter.
Ole.
Ole.
Yeah, there you go.
Ole.
Yeah. Well, it's not Ole. It's Ole.
What's a Ole? That's a thing.
It's a soccer. I think it's a soccer cheer.
Yep.
Maybe.
And New Year's Eve, of course, they celebrate with Ole Sein.
No, that is such a long way to travel on that.
No,
one.
it's not.
It's Ole Lang Syne.
No.
And I think
but people, that's not what they say. No one says Ole. It's Ole Lang Syne.
I think that, the pronunciation is right.
It's A-U, which it's A-U.
Yeah.
Lang, separate word. Zine, okay, separate word. And you're going.
You wrote down a Z and it is not a Z.
That's a Z. It's
No,
Ole
it's
Lang. It's Ole Lang Syne.
Randy.
We got
Randy.
a fact check coming in here.
Randy.
Throwing a flag right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a. Who sang that?
It's like traditional.
He's from Peoria.
Throw me some spelling, please.
Oh no, that's another Ole Lang Syne. That guy
A-U.
that sang another Ole Lang Syne. Who's that?
Not
Jonathan,
Rundgren.
He also sang the leader of the band.
Yeah, who is it? Why can't I think of his name?
You got a lot to Google here, Randy, and you're not doing it very quickly.
All right,
We
you do
apologize.
Ole Lang Syne, and I will do
Another Ole Lang Syne.
Just spell it for me, dude. I can't.
A-U
space.
space
L-A-N-G.
L-A-N-G Zine Z.
Hang on. S, dude.
S.
S.
Greg is wrong.
I was wrong. It's
Yeah.
old, and it's not A-U. It's A-U-L-D. Okay, so it's Old Lang
And it's pronounced-
Syne.
How it's pronounced is not important. Ole Lang Syne is it's a good
Yeah,
joke, Sean.
but yeah.
Sean,
I honestly think Tim takes
Strong.
this one. And
Ole Lang Syne.
I'm not trying to be
See?
biased.
it's
and that-
strong.
You want him on your side?
Yeah, for this one I do.
I mean, Greg, you're saying there's Z's in
on
there.
the
You're
actual-
missing letters.
Yeah.
Fogelberg. Dan Fogelberg.
Dan Fogelberg.
Yes.
The
What
leader
a
of the
song.
band is- And another Old Lang Syne is one of my favorite songs ever. Love it.
It'll break your heart.
It'll break your heart.
In
It's about
3 minutes.
seeing an old girlfriend.
Wow.
And every New Year's Eve, I go to this grocery store and she just doesn't show up.
Uh-huh.
She's never there. Come on, Cheryl.
Of course, that's her name, man.
She's happily married. Got a nice husband, kids, and all that stuff. She's not coming.
Never?
Not coming.
No.
She's not- I'm going to keep going to that grocery store.
I
now.
could see that one affecting you then.
Yeah, it hurts. Sean met her. Yeah.
You met Cheryl?
Cheryl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Greg's got a zillion
Cincinnati in the green room.
friends. Oh, yeah.
Real
Real
pretty girl.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this
very
forlorn, sad look in her eyes. A lot of regret.
No,
there.
no.
Does
She
that
was
sound-
happy.
Does that-
She's doing well.
like a taste of regret.
No. There was no regret whatsoever. Yeah, she seems extremely
Best days behind her type situation. Is
No,
that
no. She's
Picking
things
up
are going-
any of that?
No,
Right.
the things are going real well for her. So yeah, I did say Z, which it's an S. It's sign, not Zine, which reminds me of my favorite rock and roll band, SS Top.
Pretty good. I saw them. They played a cruise.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was. They played on the ZZ.
the UZZ. Yeah, with Gilligan's Island, the UZZ minnow.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's get back to the
Back to
Lego.
Ole.
Lego.
Back to Ole.
As a boy in Denmark, Ole enjoyed whittling,
Mhm.
which I don't think you can just say whittling. I think you have to say it in an old man's voice, like, "Boy liked whittling. He's a whittler."
Whittling.
Yeah, whittling that's just basically taking a knife and making a stick skinnier. You take the bark off, and then you just take more wood off, right?
Yeah, sculpting is when you're actually trying to make something. Whittling is just for the act of.
I don't think you make anything. I guess you could make
Unintentionally.
like chopsticks or something,
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
or a skewer. You could
Oh,
make
yeah.
a skewer.
Yeah. Can you guys use? I'm bad at chopsticks, and it hit me this weekend.
I can't do it at all.
You don't even try. I don't.
I've
really
tried,
either.
but it's
Man.
I got it down. The technique is not good. It looks like
But you can.
what
do
is
it?
he doing?
But it's
I can
functional.
get the job
You can
done.
get the food up.
Yeah, I can
He
get it
just
up.
stabs it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
I mean that's exactly
Just
it, man.
stabs a whole chicken.
I only use one.
Check this out. Yeah. He hands the other one back to the waitress.
Yeah, I just use the one. It's like a marshmallow. Just boop.
We are so Ole's he's a whittler, and he kind of sees that he has some talent with wood and knives and stuff like that, and he becomes a carpenter, and he's making furniture. He's building homes. He built a dairy at one point. He built a church. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Boy, he could help us with this table, man.
Yeah, Ole could
Oh, if we
build-
had him, if he was around today,
Yeah, my dad could build us a good table too. I need to put him on that. But he's building some furniture for me right now.
Nice.
For the house. 1924. He and his wife were taking a nap, and the two boys were screwing around in the wood shop, and they lit a fire, and it burnt the whole thing down.
Ah.
Yeah, it was a wood chip fire. But he recovered, kind of came back, and then he endured some more hardship. 1929 was, of course, the stock market crash. Times are tough. His wife died in 1932. During the time sort of after 1929, people are like, hey, it might be better to make some smaller stuff that people can afford. Nobody's buying houses or dairies right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he started making toys, ladders, stools, and ironing boards.
Great.
Yeah, which are smaller, sort of more like, you can afford it,
Right.
My only thing is like, if I'm buying a ladder from a guy and I know that he makes toys, I'm like, I'm not buying a ladder from the toy guy.
I agree.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a sturdy tool.
I'm going to be
is
up here.
Obviously, you got to be able to depend on, and he's making little like dolls and stuff.
Yeah.
Get it?
Okay.
Greg's right.
All
If this
right,
ladder's not made right, I could die.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this is
Yeah,
serious.
Yeah.
This is very serious.
You either pick a lane.
Yeah.
You can be a ladder guy. I don't care if you do ladders and ironing boards, but not ladders and toys.
On the other side, if you're looking for real sturdy toys, that's where
Yeah.
you go. You want your toy maker to also be in that
Excellent
game.
point, Tim.
other
That's a
side.
great point, Tim. You're right.
Even though he was making smaller stuff, he slid into bankruptcy, and his siblings all gave him a loan to bail him out. And they said one of the conditions of the loan is you got to stop with the toys.
Oh,
Like just it's silliness.
Mhm.
We want you to stick to ladders. We can make our money back. And he said, nope, I'm a toy guy. He stuck to his guns on the toys. Okay. He got so into toys, he renamed the company. Before, I think it was named something like Billand Woodworking and Carpentry Shop, which doesn't really.
it's a mouthful.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that movie that you like.
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Mouthful, right?
Is that real?
It's real.
Yeah, and it's a
He says it's a great
great
movie.
movie.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, you don't know about it because The title didn't work.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was real.
Anyways,
Brad Pitt.
good actor.
And
Good
handsome.
from
You'd
Missouri.
like it.
Good looking guy. So he had a contest with the employees to say, how are we going to name the company sort of to reflect that we make toys. And the winner got a bottle of his homemade wine. And the name of the winner was Leg, Leg, Goat, Godt in Danish, which means play well. Shortened up, it became Lego. You know who suggested Leg Goat?
Which employee?
Yeah, he did. He was.
He won his own contest?
He won his own contest. He's like, guys, you're not gonna believe this.
Hey, man, this guy's
I'm the winner.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, it was really, really close.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah. Bill had a good idea.
Yeah.
It was Bill and Toy Woodworking and Carpentry Shop. But I'm going to go with Play Well. Yeah. So he was all about quality, man. This is kind of a cool story about old Ole. He had a son, Godfred Kirk Christensen. Godfred wound up taking over the company and taking it to what it is today. But Godfred came back and he said, "Hey, I managed a way to save the company some money, Dad. You know those wooden ducks that we have? You know, we put 3 layers of finish or varnish on the ducks." He goes, "I only put 2 on this guy's duck that we made him," and his dad went through the roof. Which, if you know dads, you probably could have saw it coming, right? Yeah. He goes, "Hey, I did it."
Yeah, he's basically just saying he's cutting corners.
Yeah.
He's cutting corners.
That's what he's saying.
But he's saving him money.
Saving him
And
money.
the dad said, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go back down to that guy you sold that duck to, and you're going to get the duck, and you're going to come back, and you're going to refinish it, and you're going to do it on your own time, and you're not going to get paid for it.
Discipline.
Yeah, it's all about that, and that's about quality, right? Supposedly, after the lesson, Godfred carves a wooden sign out of the company motto. It says, "Only the best is good enough." He learned his lesson, put a sign up in the workshop. Now, that sounds a little convenient to me. There had to be some time that passed between when he, nobody learns that quickly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
For the first 2 or 3 weeks, he's like, "It's stupid. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's an extra layer of varnish. The guy didn't even know the difference. It's stupid. Like, maybe it came to him, but I just don't believe that.
It's also the equivalent. It's virtue signaling. It's what people do now on Facebook. Like, they make some mistake, they do something, and then they're out there being like, letting people know. And everyone who walked and saw the thing was like, "That's the guy who's cutting corners on varnish," and he's putting that thing up. The guy maybe the marriage has some trouble, and he's like, "Just want to say how lucky I am." And it's like, oh, what did that guy do?
Yeah.
He's posting a picture.
Yeah, he's trying to cover.
It's virtue signaling.
Randy, you have access to my Facebook. If you could take down that post where I said, "I'm the bigger man now. Terry Porter is a point guard." If you could take that down, I feel better about it. So World War II comes around, and this is when things start really taking off for the wooden toys.
Yeah.
Okay, because there were no imports into Denmark during World War II, and metal and rubber were all used for weaponry. You got some metal and rubber around in World War II. It's not like we're going to make some cool metal rubber toys.
Right.
But they could still make wood stuff. So people were like, we got to get some stuff for the kids to play with. He's got all this wood stuff. And his toys started really taking off. Actually, the bestseller was a wooden duck. When you pull the wooden duck, it kind of, I guess it wheels along and the beak goes up and opens.
Not bad.
And apparently, if you can get your hands on one of those right now, you're going to make a lot of money.
The actual ones
The
that
actual
he made.
ones that Ole made. Yeah. Not Godfred, because it's got 2 layers of varnish on it.
Yeah, those are right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a hard time discerning those, I would imagine, because they're so old. If it's actually one of his or not. But at the end of the day,
did he initial it or something to have some?
At the end of the day,
He did, but it was with that Old Lang Syne spelling.
That's right.
it's- Yeah.
Okay.
and if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Oh, boy. I appreciate the effort on that one.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, that's what we said. We make this thing funny, and that's what Tim's doing
Yeah.
out here. You know, joke, joke, joke.
2 speed bumps on my way through, and I just powered through.
Yeah, man, you took a couple of swings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got there.
I don't know if you got there.
Oh, no. It was terrific.
Yeah, at least a foul.
Terrific.
Another fire in 1942. This one took down the whole workshop, and it almost broke him. He kind of wanted to quit, but I think he had a lot of people working for him at the point, and he was like, you know what? I can't quit. These people depend on me for money. So he rebuilt it. They don't say who started the fire. I would have maybe taken a look at those 2 kids that started the first one.
Yeah, Gottlieb.
Yeah, Gottfried.
Gottfried.
Yeah.
Gottfried.
I don't know. Gottlieb might have had something to do.
Gottlieb, yeah, the kid around the corner. The names, the Lego names, and we've only hit some of them, are all just fantastic.
Ole and Gottfried.
Ole, Gottfried so
Yeah, it's
far,
good
and I know
stuff.
there's some good ones coming too.
There was a ban during sort of World War II against you could not use a plastic injection molding machine in the 40s, which is, I think, during the war in Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
He bought one anyway. He's like, I know I'm not going to be able to use it and sell stuff, but he bought one because he just was like, I want to learn this thing. I think there's something to it. And by 1949, the company was creating a plastic product called automatic binding brick. Looks a lot like the modern day Lego brick. And according to it was actually, I think they said it in English, not in Danish, for some reason. Automatic binding brick.
Because they were thinking of
They
expanding.
were thinking big. They were thinking big. Yeah. Oh no. Here's why. I'm sorry. It was an homage to the Allied forces that liberated Denmark and put an end to World War II.
Oh,
They said it in. It's a weird way to sort of say thank you, but kind of a cool way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
it's actually
I forgot
similar to
about that.
why we do this podcast in English. It's all of our second language, but we're thinking big.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
I can speak Swedish if you want.
Swedish, the language.
I can.
We're gonna get to that story at some point.
Someday we will.
I don't think we have time for it. This is what we call in the business a teaser.
Oh,
Sean dated a Swedish girl, and the way they met was unbelievably cool. We're gonna get to that though.
stick around.
Stick around, guys. Stick around. That was great, Tim.
Thank you.
That's the best thing you've done on this podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice job.
I think it
What
was.
is
It
this?
was smooth.
Press your luck.
Yeah.
I
Peter
liked
Javark. Stick around.
it sounded like Monday Night Football. to
Yeah,
me.
it was good.
We're going to overtime.
And the duck bit was the best thing I've done. But
And it was. I'd give it a 4.
out of 4.
The toy was inspired by a set of self-locking bricks invented by a British company called Kiddicraft.
Okay.
So really, Legos, as they are, it wasn't their idea. It was Kiddicraft had bricks that sort of plastic bricks that you could build stuff with that locked.
Like a Hydrox Oreo thing.
Yeah.
Somebody
Is that
else
what
did it
you're saying?
first.
Okay.
Really?
Although very different in that Oreo sort of stole it and then competed against them. These guys sort of got permission from Kiddicraft. The
Okay.
Kiddicraft guys were like, okay, we don't care, man. I think back then it was like, yeah, fine, do it, man. This is a good thing. Get it
Right.
out there in Denmark. We're doing it over here. I think it was in Great Britain.
Huh.
And then eventually, I think in the early 80s, they bought Kiddicraft or they bought the rights to it or something like that. They took care of them.
Oh, good.
Kiddicraft, by the way, you got to hope that's a toy company.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want it to, you really can't be in any other business.
Yeah.
Can't be like, yeah, guys, I think we're going to straighten out the company. I hired a consulting firm, Kiddicraft. They're really good at
Yeah.
working out
That'd
the
be
numbers.
bad. You definitely don't want to name a bar that. I mean, there's
No.
Small
no.
boat. If you make small boats, Kiddicraft is fine. I think.
that's
think
not
it's fine.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yes.
And that'd be Kitty Crafters, I guess, if you're making glasses. Little kids' glasses.
Kiddicrafters.
Kitty Crafters.
Go back to that duck joke.
Yeah.
Let's hear that.
So if it looks like a duck
I enjoyed that. Tim.
and it quacks like a duck, yeah. Randy loves it.
Randy loved it, man.
Randy liked
you
it.
know it's a winner if
Yes.
if Randy's
Yes.
giggling over there, man.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah, you made it.
By the way, the guy who did invent these bricks, we should mention
I
him.
bought Randy a case of real Oreos, so he's just gonna laugh at
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you kidding me? Randy's never had anything
I know.
that was brand
I-
name.
Whatever it takes, right?
Never had anything brand name, has he?
Mm-hmm.
Other than I think he's been dipping into the mustard.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that ran Kiddicraft or invented these blocks, his name was Hillary Fisher Page.
Guy named Hillary. It's
Guy
another
named
great
Hillary.
name.
I think I was wondering that when I read this. I was like, was this parents sort of a Boy Named Sue thing? Like, we're going to make our kid tough.
Yeah.
Because we're going to name him Hillary, our son, and he's going to get picked on, but he's going to be like, you know what? I'll show them. I'm going to invent a way for people to have fun.
Yeah. I'm going to work in toys.
Yeah. If his name was Bob, if his name was Bob Fisher Page, there would be no Legos. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. They started off kind of poor sales, that brick thing for Lego in the early 50s. And then the company eventually developed a plastic brick using acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, ABS, which is necessary for achieving the clutch power or the friction that holds the two bricks together.
Wow.
This design for the Lego brick was patented in Copenhagen on 28 January 1958. That's when Legos as we know them.
58.
58.
Huh.
Yeah, 1958.
Feels like I'd be older, but
I know. Olay. Well, I think they were maybe selling them before that, but this is when they got the sort of the real system.
This is ours, yeah.
Olay died in 1958, and Gottfried took over. At one point, I think before sometime in the mid 50s, all the sons were like, "Dad, this plastic stuff is a lot of fun, but it's stupid. We need to go back to wood." And the dad was like, "No, man, plastics is where it's at." And they stuck with it, and I guess Gottfried sort of got it. 1963, another fire. Sean, how many we got on that?
that would be 3.
Three fires
at home.
3 fires.
Yeah.
And it burned up all the wood toys at that point, 1963, and that's like, we're going all plastic.
Can we just say it? This guy's collected insurance money. How far are we going to go here? If you have 1 fire, you're like, that's horrible. 2, you're already, all right, we got to keep an eye on this guy. 3, you're a criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insurance money financed Lego as we know it. 100%.
I think you're right, Tim.
Yeah. You might have something there, buddy.
Man,
Yeah.
when, just the whole thing stinks. I don't know.
You know the name of that insurance company?
What's that?
Kiddicraft.
yes.
Yeah, so
Appropriate. Yeah.
when he died in 1958, his son was on the verge of using the simple automatic binding bricks as the basis of a full-blown system of play. You know what that means?
No.
They all fit together. No matter what you buy, no matter what Lego you buy, they fit together. Even the giant Duplo Legos still fit with the smaller Legos.
So up into that point, if you bought certain kits, they'd fit together. But now he's saying everything we sell is going to work.
It's a system. And I think that was, you got to hand it to Gottfried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was.
He really made up for that, the duck thing. Cutting corners. I'm saying he came through.
You're
he
right.
learned a lesson.
Yeah.
That's good parenting.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think he learned that lesson as quick as I like your virtue signaling thing there.
Yes.
Like I don't think he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a better person. I'm putting this sign up." I think he would have muttered for like 3 or 4 weeks. Dad's was stupid, man. Just tell me I got to do this.
Saving guys some money.
You know he's doing his dad.
Just
I'm Olay. I think you gotta have 3. I'm 3. 3 coats. 3 coats. Yeah, he did that for a while. Legos have gone on to be pretty big. I'm looking at toy revenue in 2023. I don't have 24 numbers yet because 24 is not done.
Right.
2023, they are the number 1 toy company.
No kidding.
The number 1 toy company. Number 2, Bandai Namco. What do they do?
Video games.
Yes. Which one in particular?
Pac-Man.
There you go, buddy. Among others, but Pac-Man is the big one. Second is Mattel. What do they do?
Barbie.
There you go. What else?
All the big ones. Transformers, maybe?
Hot Wheels.
Tonka trucks?
Hot Wheels. After that, Hasbro. What do they do?
Transformers?
I don't have that.
Hasbro.
Think board
He-Man.
games. Think board games.
Monopoly.
Monopoly. Think, I'll just say it, My Little Pony.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty big deal. And Nerf.
Nerf. Love Nerf.
Love Nerf. Had a lot of fun. You guys play a lot of Nerf?
Nerf was great,
Play
man.
a lot of Nerf. Did you play a little bit
yeah,
when you were
man.
up there?
I played. I did throw football, but not a Nerf.
Okay.
You remember the turbo Nerfs?
Yeah,
with it had the little arrow on it, and you could literally throw that thing like Joe Montana.
through a wall.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
those
so
things
cool,
are
man.
Yeah, my nephews have one, and they go so fast, and they're kind of hard. They run from them. They won't catch them.
Oh yeah,
they're like 3 and 5, 4. But they like or 5. They won't catch them now. They're terrified of them because they go fast, and it hurts unless you have the hands to catch it exactly perfect, which you don't
man.
when you're 4.
They nailed it, Nerf.
There's this guy when I was in high school, David McVitie. He transferred in, which is a tough thing to do. He transferred in after his junior year. For his last year of high school, David McVitie, and he came out for the football team. Before school, you usually start in August, a couple weeks before school or a month before school. And Coach Washington, Sharon Washington, one of my favorite people in the world, said, McVitie, what kind of football experience do you have? And McVitie said, Nerf.
Make him a starter.
And did everyone just on the spot just know how hilarious that was?
Yeah, everybody pretty much knew. Nerf.
You got to call that kid
And McVitie
Nerf.
was a character, man. He was like, hey, I'm McVitie, man.
And he wasn't going for a laugh.
McVitie.
He was being...
No, I think he was just being McVitie,
That's
man.
great.
He might have been. I don't know. I didn't know McVitie that well, other than he was. He made me laugh a few times. There are 904 Lego stores globally. The world's largest Lego store is located in Leicester Square, London. The opening of each new store is celebrated with a weekend-long event in which a master model builder creates, with the help of volunteers, a larger-than-life Lego statue.
Huge.
Usually they do something pretty cool if they're opening a store. I wanted to ask you guys this. This is a new thing for me. I put it on a clipboard, my notes.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit nervous about that because it is like when I'm carrying, it's a nice way to carry it. But it also, when you see somebody with a clipboard, you're like, this guy's a jerk. He's going to boss us around.
I don't think so necessarily.
You guys okay with it? Love to hear from the listeners on this.
I am okay with it, but I completely see what you're saying, man. You know, I mean, or you can just put a whistle around your neck and then you can just play a coach.
That's what I think. Like everybody's going to be like, all right, guys, line up. Ole Kirk Christensen. Here. Yeah.
See, I don't associate it with that. I associate it more with like somebody like a PA on set to be like, oh, where's that thing? And then they've got the headset and whatever. So I don't think of it as like an authority figure.
I associate a little bit with somebody, a wedding planner, the day of the big event, and nobody likes them.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, they're bossy, real bossy. They boss around the groomsmen a lot.
Yeah.
See, I see the health department. So I see you work in a restaurant. Here's that. They got their like, well, let's check that one off.
Yeah.
Fryers aren't good. What's this? Brown lettuce? Ding 'em. Then you get the C+ on the board.
Excellent point.
I like it though. I think
you guys are okay with it?
Good that you're implementing it. Yeah.
All right.
What'd you do before? Just a stack?
I just had a stack of papers.
Well, I mean, this thing's flowing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean,
so far,
it looks like you have your act together a little bit more with the clipboard.
Yeah.
You know, like
I don't, but thank you.
But it perceives that you do, and I can tell that's brand new too. This is nice and shiny. Good job.
Oh yeah, it's Staples brand.
So you ordered it online?
I don't know.
There's no Staples around here.
Well, here's the thing. It might not be brand new. I might have got it when I lived in LA 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Just don't use it very often.
Gotcha. It's good looking. It's a good looking clipboard, man.
You want to go to some fun facts, Tim?
Sure. I would love to. Lots of interesting stuff on Lego.
Once again, Sean and I will be the judge of that.
All right,
with Randy as sort of a judge.
Okay, I got you. A single Lego brick can support 375,000 other Lego bricks before buckling, right? That's how many you can put on. So if I did that, if I stacked them all the way, and I know you don't like the visual representations, but this is important. We're talking about how much it can actually sustain. 2.17 miles high before the bottom Lego brick would begin to break.
I'm going to tell you what. Normally, I don't like that kind of thing. I like this.
Yeah.
Because this is about physics. It's a physics lesson.
It's not just if you took all the Legos in the world, you would go to the sun and back.
I don't like that.
You don't like that.
We agreed never to do that on this podcast, right?
Yes. I thought that this one was valuable.
Okay. The other thing, didn't we agree that if there's a National Lego Day, we're not going to talk about it?
Care.
Everything that we talk about, there's a day for it.
Yep.
So we're just getting that out of the way up top.
Yep.
Okay. But nice job on this.
Thank you.
Physics.
Thank you.
Sean, you got something?
That's it for me.
Did they test that? Is what you're saying?
I bet.
Do you understand how high that is?
No, they didn't. No, they did not.
You just
test
said
it.
how high it is.
They tested the pressure And
I
they
know.
said that pressure's the equivalent of X amount of Lego bricks. And then they said if you stacked it, so no one actually stacked it 2 miles. I don't think.
I
I'd be
think they
curious
did
to
it.
see what the
I
highest
think they did it.
2.7.
2.17. Yeah,
Yeah,
Or
I think they
2.1.
did it.
You think?
maybe they did.
It was a fun run. It was a 2.17 mile fun run, and they were like, "Go to the end of the Lego."
Follow the Legos.
And then at the end, you guys all get up there and you push it up.
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to see if it buckles, and I'll be darned. Buckled. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. That's all my
Buckled.
son does is stack them. There's no building anything. The sets don't matter. He just, as high as he can go, and then he gets everyone's attention, knocks them down.
I love it.
Yeah, it's not gotten anywhere close to that, though. They test Legos' resistance to heat in ovens. Obviously, fire is such a problem for this whole Lego
Yeah.
family. They're like,
Yeah.
"Wait,
Oh, what a shock!
see what these can do. We lost our whole wood business.
3 times.
We can't afford to go through this."
Yeah.
So they test it. They test it in ovens, but the Millennium Falcon, they had to test in a sauna because it was too big for the ovens. That's one of their big pieces. I don't know why they didn't just take it apart, but they tested it in a sauna, which is weird.
Maybe because it is Denmark and Scandinavian people love saunas. I think they just
We take this one in the sauna.
let's just they just wanted to go in the sauna.
The Millennium Falcon.
And like, nah, Bill, don't be naked with the Millennium Falcon, please. Do not sit naked on the Millennium Falcon in the sauna. Come on,
That's not how you do it.
stop it.
Yeah, they love saunas over there. On average, this is wild. Every person on Earth owns 86 Lego bricks. If you broke it all down,
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
like those numbers?
No,
Yeah.
I
See,
think
now that's getting into like kind of that weird.
no, it's not.
Oh, we're good. Oh, that's
I'm good
place?
with this. This is
Perspective.
okay.
It
Okay,
matters.
fair
He's not talking about lining them up to the moon.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
No, this is good.
Do you know what an AFOL is? An AFOL?
AFOL.
It's an acronym. AFOL. Adult Fans of Lego. It's a whole culture, a whole community.
What are you
I
talking?
don't know if you say AFOL or AFOL.
You're talking what 6, 7 people?
No.
No.
Oh, no, Sean. A lot.
Yeah.
Very passionate.
You know what else they call these guys, Sean?
Nerds.
Dorks.
All right, we both had it there, right?
How do you pronounce AFOL? Nerd.
No,
That's
this
not
is-
true.
It's
I know,
not.
we're kidding.
This is a big thing.
We're
man.
kidding.
This is a big thing. I think it's a little dorky to call it AFOL. Once you put a label on it,
Yeah.
you're a little dorkier. Just say, man, I'm into Legos. I always have been.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
I'm an
why
adult.
they put it on. That's why they probably do that because they don't want that out there. They're probably not, maybe they're like just call it that.
So when they're
people
going
ask
up
questions.
to people in singles bars, like you AFOL.
Yeah, Nate. So then the bartender doesn't know what's going on.
My brain would race. If somebody approached me in a bar like that, my brain would race. And I think the last thing I would come up with is, oh, they're clearly just asking me if I'm into Legos.
yeah.
As an adult.
You AFOL?
Adult fandoms are strong. When you have to put the word adult in front of fandom, that means it's something.
You're right, man.
It's a little dorky, but one of our producers on this podcast, Adrian Kulp,
Yeah.
helped us sort of develop the idea. He is AFOL.
He's got AFOL written all over
No,
him.
he's got I guess he's got a room where he's got all this stuff built that he built.
that he puts together himself.
Yeah, he's
the kids.
like really complex stuff. Like
I've seen some of his work.
he's got some. Have you?
Yeah, I saw somebody sent me a picture.
Did
Must
you
have
really?
been him.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's good at it. I guess. I mean, it's he's AFOL.
Yeah. In that case, man, I love AFOL.
Yeah.
That is
And
just
you know what? Smart
great,
call with the acronym.
Good job, Adrian.
Great people.
Yeah.
Just high quality. It's a sign of intelligence, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. Nothing.
It's just cool. It's just a cool
just-
thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just good people, AFOLs. Brown,
Nothing awful about AFOL.
Brown Legos break. There's something about the die. This happened in the 2010s. They broke a ton. They call it brittle brown because what the dyes that they used for that particular color, it weakened the plastics, so they would break way more often. So they issued a statement, and they're trying to get them that back. They said the fixes we put in place earlier this year for the Lego colors 154 and 192 and 308, all the different kinds of browns, they're like, we fixed it. So there's obviously those are still in rotation, the brittle browns, but somebody screwed up with the dye.
So there's probably some out there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. What did I tell you? On average, 86. Every person in the world has 86. So some of those brittle browns are out there.
Well, but it's a number 308.
Yeah, 308, 192, and
There's
154.
308 colors of Legos?
Yeah, I bet that is what it is.
Woo.
Or that could be a different like code. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's like the 3s are the darks and the 2s are the mediums.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Most Lego pieces are made of ABS plastic, which means they'll never decompose. So yeah, they're out there.
Unless they're brown.
Legos are never, in which case, good luck. This is pretty cool too. There's a tiny there's a tiny 3-digit number stamped on the interior wall of every single Lego brick. The number indicates which mold was used and where in the production line the brick was located. So in case there's a defect, Lego can easily trace the error back to its origin and fix the problem.
You think there's like a 3-digit code that everybody knows? Like, yeah, I got this defective Lego part. Let me guess. 243. That's Larry. He's our worst employee.
Once again, he dropped the ball.
All his stuff, it's always that bad.
Is it 243? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's Larry. He's
Larry was hungover on a Tuesday,
Yeah,
and that whole batch.
and a Wednesday and a Thursday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He also pitched the brown color, and we all know how that turned out. That's
Yeah,
all,
Larry came up with brown.
all Larry. The plural of Lego is Lego. Lego is not a noun. It is an adjective. You're supposed to call them Lego bricks. So if I'm holding one, that is not a Lego. That is a Lego brick. But that's not how people use it.
You think Godfrey's like that? He's like, hey, man, could I see could you pass me one of those Legos? He'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He flat out doesn't
I don't know what
acknowledge
you're talking
it.
about. Could I have a Lego brick? Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, sure. No problem. No problem. Because of the, this I really like. Lego is the largest tire manufacturer in the entire world.
I like that.
Because of all the tiny little toy tires. They're making more tires than the big tire companies.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So the largest tire manufacturer in the world, Lego.
You think they're like recruiting execs from the real tire companies?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Calling up Firestone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
they're like, we just lost our CEO of Firestone. Where'd he go? Bridgestone? No, he went to Lego.
Brought the blimp with him. There's a Lego blimp flying around. This is good too because the founder of Lego, Ole Kirk Christensen, didn't want to make war attractive to children. There are no Lego sets that directly focus on war.
Directly.
Which is kind of funny, right? It says that like directly.
On specifically war.
Yeah, you can't buy like the World War II set or like the Vietnam set,
But
like,
you can get something that's like tangential. It's like, yeah, it's a POW camp, and it's it's not direct. They're not in combat.
yeah, it's a Lego set of the movie Platoon, which it wasn't a real war. It was they're hunters. The Lego molding process is so accurate that just 18 elements in every million do not pass the company's high quality standard. For every million they make, only 18 are not that great. That's how much they've got to dial in.
And those are
That's good numbers.
Yeah.
Those are probably Larry's 18.
Yeah, that's Larry.
all Larry. Bad day. Bad day, Larry.
With us, how many podcasts have we done? I don't know. Let's just
we-
say round number 25. Okay.
This is episode 312, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, episode 312. Let's say we did 300 podcasts.
Yeah.
How many would you say are defective?
Oh, quite a few.
Out of 300?
Yeah. I got 250.
You're a little light.
Yeah.
Probably about 289.
We're no Lego yet.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we should try to strive for that.
I'm
level.
trying to think. Cheesecake episode was pretty good.
That was a fun one, man.
Cheesecake
Yeah.
strong, Oreo strong.
Yeah.
Starbucks, I need to tell the people something. Starbucks, it turned out fine.
Yeah.
But we found out at the end of the Starbucks episode that Sean had to go to the bathroom the entire episode, and he wasn't talking as much because he was in pain the entire episode. He didn't understand. This is not a live thing.
Right.
You could just say, hey, man, I got to go to the bathroom.
Well, we just
Randy
never,
can cut the tape.
I know, man. We've never discussed, like, if we have to stop show for whatever.
The policy.
What the rule. And I'm just trying to be a team player and keep on rolling. And
Commitment to the listeners.
yeah, I was commitment. Yeah, exactly, Timmy. Commitment to the listeners.
I
So,
appreciate your commitment.
But
in the
next
future,
time,
you got to go, man.
throw the
and
flag.
listen, with what's in that bottle,
Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you.
I'm
I don't know
surprised
why
we're not
you
going
go-
every 5 minutes.
I do agree. It's weird. I think it's like a grapefruit. But
And you already mentioned how the Duplo bricks, even the Duplo bricks, which are the large ones, my son has a bunch, also connect.
Does he stack those up to the top too?
Oh yeah,
Straight up?
his eyes can
Skyscraper?
knocks him down. And then finally, in the extremely rare event that your Lego set is missing a piece, so you buy these huge kits with thousands of pieces, or it includes a broken piece, also very rare. Lego will gladly send you replacement bricks at no expense to the Lego fan.
That's pretty cool.
You just call them and they'll send it to you.
They'll send it
Yeah.
off.
It's pretty good. Pretty cool. Those are your
Fair.
fun facts.
They're
That was fun, man.
I
It
think
was.
is a lot of
Well,
And
fun.
I actually enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Thank you.
Had a real good time.
Thank you so
Had a
much.
nice time. A nice time was had by all. They have these Lego theme parks, and I think you did a little bit of research on
Just
that.
a little, man. Yeah, they got 10 of them all over the world. It's essentially it's Disney World for Legos. I mean, it's just they got rides. Obviously everything, not everything, but the vast majority of things are built in Legos. And there's like you can get on like a merry-go-round, and parts of it are made out of Lego.
Real
Yes.
consumer grade
Yes.
Legos.
I'm not saying like the entire thing, but parts of it like
Seems a little dangerous.
I would think so. Yeah. There's so you got in the States you got California and Florida
Okay.
and New York. New York State. Goshen, New York.
Goshen, I
Clarify.
would bet.
Goshen
Yeah.
rats. And I
Watch
believe
the language.
Where'd you grow up?
Rochester.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Goshen though, I've never heard of it. Anyway,
Were you expecting me to say Gloucester?
would be bad. There is a Dorchester.
Yeah.
But they have Lego. There's hotels in Legoland, or at least a part of Legoland in some of them.
Don't get a brown room.
And no, do not get a brown room, man.
Oh, break.
And then some stuff is in there. It's built out of Legos. And then I saw this.
Hey, there's no bed in my room. Yeah, you got to put it together.
Yeah. You slide a box over.
It's pretty intense, man. You could.
What age are you? Here you go.
Oh yeah, age recommendations is 2 to 12. So
For
if
any
the
Lego-
three of us just went, it'd be
2 to 12 for the
for the
Park?
recommendation of the ages to go to the park.
The park.
is who they're marketing to.
Okay.
So I'm saying for the acronym people, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'd welcome them, but it'd be a little weird without having kids. They clearly are catering to children.
Yeah.
Right,
the
but
parks.
the children have parents. I mean,
Correct. Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just
some
saying.
AFL guy's going to be like, hey, man, I'm doing this for my kid. And the kid's like, I hate Legos. He'd be like, no, it's for him. It's for him.
Yeah, use it
For
as
my
a
kid.
as a cover.
Yeah. Tim, you looked into the movies. I believe you've seen a couple of the Lego movies.
Yeah, so Lego does a great job with crossing fandoms in general with all the different sets and stuff. But one place where they cannot stop making money is they did the Lego movie, and it was just an absolute smash hit. Grossed $258 million in the United States and Canada alone. Just kept on going. Written and directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who've since gone on to do all they were the hottest things going. The success the Lego movie franchise has had is why we got, the Barbie movie that came out last year and won all these awards and did so well, because all these toy companies are kind of looking at their stuff. Obviously, Transformers, hugely successful.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah. But this Lego
They made a
thing,
Nerf movie
not yet. I'd see that.
It's coming.
starring David McVitie.
Yeah, your guy.
Andy.
Randy, if you could.
Not sneeze
My God,
during
man.
Tim's segment.
Right. Remember, just next time, stop the podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us you got to sneeze, and then we can do that. We just discussed this, Randy. I love you, but
Sean lives in pain because he can't even go to the bathroom, and Randy's just sneezing all over
Sneezing
the
up.
podcast.
Yeah.
give him a Zyrtec.
Like it's
My
no
word.
big deal. Yeah, that first one made a fortune, so they kept going. They made the Lego Batman movie, the Lego Ninjago movie, Lego Movie Part 2, and then fairly recently, Pharrell from like NERD, Pharrell Williams, the artist,
Pharrell recently.
What?
It was a really dumb joke.
I didn't
It
hear
was
it.
like duck type joke. You
So
said
it was
fairly
fantastic.
fairly recently, and I said Pharrell
Pharrell recently.
recently.
Duck joke is a little stronger than that.
I agree.
Maybe.
Pharrell is whatever, great artist. He has a biopic. It's the story of his life, and it is a Lego movie. I've not seen it. I don't know if it
Is
did
it
well
out?
or not. It very recently came out, and it kind of went away already. So I don't know if
It may
was
not
great.
Great.
But that's kind of cool. I mean, it shows you how big this sort of franchise become. There's series, and it's not actual Legos like stop motion, but when those guys set out and started it, they wanted it to be that. So it is all with computers. It is all digital animation, but they made an effort to make it look, it does sort of feel like those are real figures that they're moving around. So pretty cool. And yeah, they're making a fortune.
Making some money on it.
Lot of money.
You think it's a for-profit thing?
Yeah, I don't think it's like community service.
Okay.
I do think it is.
Thanks for clearing
their
that up.
line in pockets, but huge stars in all these movies too, because it's just voices and people have a fondness for Legos. So huge stars in all these movies too. It's cool. It's impressive.
Who starred in the Lego movie? Was it Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. I think Will Arnett does a couple of the voices. I want to say, it's a real who's who of Hollywood.
Okay.
It's a lot of people.
All right.
I'll look it up. I forgot.
When you say who's who, that's because you only mentioned two who's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris Pratt and
Man, there's a lot.
Will Arnett.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Nah, you don't want to get it wrong. That doesn't happen on this podcast.
Just say The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock,
Even
Take
if
a
he's
swing.
not.
probably in it. He's in talks for the next one. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Oh, Will Ferrell. Yeah, I knew that one. Here we go. Will Ferrell, Will Arnett, Allison Brie, Elizabeth Banks, Charlie Day, Will Forte, Morgan Freeman, Dave Franco,
Wow.
Keegan-Michael Key, Jonah Hill.
It is a who's who. You were right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
definitely right.
it's
Shouldn't have
legit.
questioned you on the who or the who's. Let's talk some comments, man.
Oh, comments?
Yeah. I wanna
Oh,
get
yeah,
your
sure.
comment. Can we
Yeah,
do
let's
that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I can handle
You are
that.
the keeper of the comments.
I am the keeper of the
You're
comments.
acting surprised.
I just thought we weren't.
It was an abrupt stop on Legos, but I think we covered the 80 for the 20.
yes.
I think we got the most important stuff. right?
Yes.
80 for the 20 was something that I remember a teacher saying. I don't know. I think it means like once you get to 80%, you got most of what you need.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, is that Occam's razor? Is that a thing?
Occam's
Occam's
razor.
Occam's, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I know him as Occam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys.
Yes.
You guys, yeah.
Occam's razor.
Got it.
Good.
Oh, the other. This is
Razor with an S.
razor. He was. Yeah, you get it. All right, we'll do some comments. You guys can leave comments. Right now, we're taking them mostly off of the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Tim, I got to
wait,
interrupt you. I'm sorry,
we
man.
didn't get to
We gotta-
Sean's.
Oh yeah,
Just
us
a
going
quick-
into stores.
Quick thing. So we never really,
Okay.
we never touched on. Did any of us ever use these things
Yeah,
as a
go
kid?
ahead,
Did
buddy.
we play? So I made this. I know audio people can't obviously see this, but
He's
made
holding up
a-
what looks like sort of a space shuttle.
And this.
I'm going to broadcast.
yeah,
I'm
go
going to do
ahead.
the play-by-play.
Do the play-by-play. That thing was supposed to take me. I went to the Lego store in the mall in St. Louis.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's the easiest thing you got?" And he's like, "All right, any one of these boxes. There's like a spaceship. There's a truck. He's
It's cool
like,
looking.
yeah. He's like, Dad, no more than an hour. No more than an hour. That took almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
That took 4 months, and I lost my. I had to have my girlfriend Heather come in because I'm just a dumb guy. I don't know. I couldn't follow the map. I'm losing. I'm getting a temper. Then Heather's coming in. I'm just like, we're missing pieces. I said we're missing pieces. I was like, we're missing pieces. It took. We were like stuck in
Yeah.
an hour. I just had it in wrong.
Yeah.
We weren't missing anything.
It was on you,
It was, of course, it's
not
on
the
me.
instructions.
Not
This is-
the
that's.
instructions.
Can you imagine?
Shocking.
Oh no, this is
I'll tell you
painful.
though.
But I will say, so it's 4 hours. I made this little.
It's a real
little
cool looking
space
space
Yeah, great
shuttle type
job.
thing. It opens up, I believe.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it
made
pops.
that exact same thing with my nephew Dean.
and he's like 2.
And
right?
no, Dean's
the time.
he's 5, I think. And he's good, man. It was a cool project, but I got to be honest. Normally, I'd say Sean has a temper. He's a baby, but I was right there with you. It is not easy. It's not easy. And Dean was locked in for about 45 minutes. Like I was like, this kid's. I may have a genius on my hands. Like he was saying stuff that was so intuitive. He's like, Uncle Greg, that one should go there. And like, I was like, this is amazing. And then at 45, he was out.
Yeah.
And I had another half hour, and I'm like, call Lego, call Ole. This is, we got problems, and like I was O'Briening. And like, I was like,
O'Briening.
yeah, I was like freaking out, and I was on my own. He left me. But yeah, nice job on that, buddy.
Yeah,
I appreciate the extra effort for the podcast, man. You went into the
I
store,
went in.
you talked them up, you built that, and why don't you give that to a kid?
I'll happily give it. I'll give it
Yeah.
to anybody who wants it.
Give it to.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I'll give it to a listener.
Okay.
I'll mail
You know
it.
what?
Sign up.
I'm dead serious.
Let's do this. I don't know. Let's Apple Podcasts. First person to the day this comes out, the first person to
Leave a review.
And
Positive
say
review.
No, you can say we're terrible.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about I want Sean's space shuttle. We'll get it to you.
Yeah.
We'll get it to you.
Yeah, is it exclusively Apple only? What if I'm an Android guy? Because I'm an Android guy.
Apple Podcast. Can't you get Apple Podcast on your Android?
Pretty
I
sure
wouldn't.
you can.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Frankly, we don't need those.
Here's the
listeners.
thing, man. This is the thing, buddy. You miss out on a lot of stuff when you're an Android person, and that's just part of it. Okay, we're gonna go.
Okay,
Apple
so
Podcasts.
YouTube comments mean nothing.
They don't mean nothing.
That's
We love our YouTubers. It's just we're gonna have something for them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Apple Podcast.
The first YouTube person, we're gonna get you some of Sean's frog water.
I'll save you this, man. Right here.
Oh. But yeah, we'll get that for some.
Speaking of comments,
Well, I do the store thing though. I want to share this because we went to the Lego store. Supposedly at West County Mall, I've yet to confirm this, but at West County Mall, one of the employees can feel a bag. If you bring a bag of just the pieces, not put together, that employee can reach in, feel the bags, and then tell you what Lego set it is. Comments? Let's do some comments. You guys want to hear some comments?
yeah,
Let's do some comments.
Alexis J2 said, I really enjoyed episode 68. The story about Greg and Sean and the street performer reminds me of my husband and I, respectively. I'm an empath who would go out of my way to express and encourage others doing their craft. This is real quick. When you guys were in Detroit, Greg went across the street to give money to a street performer. Sean was frustrated and just kind of kept on walking, didn't wait for Greg.
selfish is the word I think you were looking for.
So Alexis says, I'm an empath. I would go out of my way to express and encourage others doing their craft, and my husband would just keep on walking and leave me behind. It will actually probably be my downfall. I let a Kirby salesman in our house the other day, and then my husband came home and kicked him out, which I was grateful for because I couldn't do. So any advice on how not to do that again would be appreciated. Thank you in advance. Love you guys.
Nice.
So she's looking for advice.
She's looking how to be sort of less like
a little
you,
more like Sean.
in all honesty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, by the way, I heard you brought that up on Tim's radio show.
Yeah.
And it was like, you guys, the listeners on your radio show, you call it, and I think they were in my favor.
Yeah. Quite a few of them were.
Isn't that interesting?
Do you have any?
Look at that. Boy, look at silence. Gold in there.
Do you have any advice for Alexis on how to be more like you?
No, you
Yeah,
definitely,
explain-
you
help-
definitely do not want to be
Help
more.
Alexis be
like
more
me.
jerk-like.
No, I'm a mess, but I understand what she was saying. You know, sometimes you just got to put your foot down.
Yeah. Brett Schnoblin said, gotta keep the cardboard table. Because how are these products you discussed delivered to stores?
In cardboard.
Part of the charm, right?
Wow.
He's saying it's full
Brilliant.
consumers,
That's-
and and it isn't actually
That's sort
cardboard.
of
It does-
next level thinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brett is on it. Erica Stewart, 1856, said, my biggest takeaway, if I run into Greg, I just have to sing or bang on a bucket and he'll throw me a 20.
Excellent point. Brilliant.
Pretty good.
Absolutely
It's not
brilliant.
gonna be. I only had
Yeah.
20s like that day. It's normally gonna be a couple bucks or a $5 or something.
Man, 20. Unbelievable. Tychus Gans said, instead of comments, why don't you guys do performance reviews where every comment has to do with each of your performance on the previous episode?
Nope.
No way?
I think I like the comments.
Okay. So yeah, just keep comment. Do not review our individual performances in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, we know they're pretty poor.
Yeah, we acknowledge that
Yeah.
up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Gems 390. So this is a reference to the word of the day, which have you snuck one in today?
I don't believe he has.
I don't think I have either.
Okay. The Leyden. We talked about Leyden.
Yeah.
Talked about Leyden.
Clip as well from the cheesecake episode. Hi guys, high school grammar teacher here. The correct term is laden with something. The way it's used in a sentence is they put a laden of strawberries. That's what you said, as if it was a unit of measurement. Such as a foot of lumber, which is incorrect usage for the word. Love the podcast with its blend of information, misinformation, and humor.
What's this person's name?
This is Gems 390.
Gems 390 just gave a real lesson in piling on.
Yeah.
Like we already sort of proved that you got that one wrong.
Yeah,
But we did. Now, I guess Jems she's a grammar teacher, so
Yeah.
now it's sort of.
and
I learned something.
That one I was forcing in. I was trying to just shove that in anyway. That wasn't like organic. I was like trying to think of any possible
the
way.
Layden one?
The Layden was just shoved in.
Yeah.
So
As
it makes
opposed to
sense
the
that
other
I got
ones
it
that
wrong.
are
Yeah.
so.
And gender was natural. And I'll fight you on engender.
Inert was the most shoehorned one.
That was.
You started laughing
broke,
as you
man.
said it.
Yeah.
I broke,
Yeah,
man.
Inert was
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
I'll do one more. This is CC Home Design said, how do I find your show schedules for all three of you? Also, how do I purchase a fish shirt? You gotta come
that's very
see
nice.
it, right? Or those
For
online?
right now, I think you got to come see Sean at a show.
Yeah.
We're gonna get. I mean, we should get some stuff going where we have maybe a place to buy that shirt. I think we're gonna get a consumer shirt.
Yeah.
That there, and then I'd like to get some hats. I'd like
Love
to get
that.
some consumer hats.
Yeah.
That's all coming.
Yeah.
We're making it to these next thresholds. I mean, we were pretty sure this was going to be off the air after 3 episodes. So
I made a lot of plans.
yeah, we made a lot of plans, and
Yeah.
we're shocked that there's still people watching.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to come with some stuff. We're going to do a couple live podcasts in 2025.
Yeah. 25.
Likely cities on that are Nashville, Chicago,
Kansas City.
Kansas City, St. Louis,
Omaha?
Omaha could be
That'd
one.
be great.
We may go a lot of places, but those are those seems like
Fayetteville?
Fayetteville could be a good. Yeah, Fayetteville, Arkansas.
But the first would be, St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City, Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville's going to be. Yeah. We got a lot of exciting.
We're teasing
stuff.
things that, it'll happen.
By the way, and we're not done with comments, but as long as we're talking about what's coming, I believe the next episode you guys watch after this
boy.
one,
This is huge.
we're gonna have a guest.
Oh, that's right. We are going to have a guest.
We're gonna have
Our
a
first guest.
Yeah, Randy, we gotta get ready for that. Okay, we gotta do something with the table.
Cool. He's on it.
He doesn't seem too excited about
He's
it.
been eating my Oreos all day. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I really just got a couple more here. Florence Linderman, 3797 said, great show. Got to get used to Sean and his complaining. I don't want to hear.
You never will.
I
You
don't
just
want to hear
won't.
complaining. I'm a huge fan of Greg, so I'm sticking with the show, and I love Nate and want to do everything I can to support him.
By the way,
We're a charity case
I
for
saw
Nate.
I saw that comment. I was like, well, Tim won't read that one.
I don't think Sean complains that much.
No, I mean, when he's on the
No,
road,
I
he
ju-
does, but not in here.
In here, he doesn't.
In here,
though.
he's not really a complainer. He says some things that are wrong. He argues.
I'm just passionate about my opinions, and I'm loud. I'm the louder out of the three, and that could be synonymous with being obnoxious. And then obnoxious, maybe I can see why somebody would say that.
Yes.
but I don't know.
You're passionate and you are loud and that East Coast kind of aggressive thing.
A little
And
bit. I
think-
mean, episode 1, I was complaining about HOA, fees and the pool
Yeah.
close. I mean, that was a complaint.
yeah.
That was a complaint.
I
I
think
thought
it's
it was interesting.
How's that going, by the way?
Well, it
Did you
is
get that pool?
little.
Because we had a question about that, I believe, on a comment. Is how's
really?
Sean doing with the
Yeah.
pool? Did you get it extended?
I did not get it extended, man.
Did you
No,
just not
but
do anything about it?
I was too busy working on the black card, man.
I got you.
Yeah, he went.
I
He
was too
went.
big. I can only do so many things at once.
That's
Greg,
true.
You
He
know?
went down to the
Sure.
office and flashed the black card, thinking that they'd open the pool. But
Exactly, man.
nothing.
Exactly.
Didn't
So,
happen.
we're still, HOA though, still paying for it. But I get it now. Now it's too cold, so
Yeah.
whatever. We'll talk about it next year when they reopen.
As long as we're getting to the pool, this might be an interesting way to end the podcast. You got anything more on the comments?
I could do more comments,
Keep
but I
going.
was going
Who-
to
let's
get,
save
else
for
thinks I'm
get to
obnoxious?
plugs.
let's
because they asked about
save it
shows.
for next time. Sean, this happened a couple years ago. You got a giant dog named Gus.
Gus, my buddy Gus.
Awesome dog. You love the dog as soon as you see him. And Gus loves Sean. And you guys have a thing where it's like the last day the pool is open, the dogs are allowed to go swimming, right?
Yeah, correct. So
What
this-
happened?
It's my old apartment. Exactly what Greg said. Before they drain it, you can bring your dogs in. They do a swim. So I bring Gus. It's his first time taking him to a pool. We go. We're the first ones there. So Gus, he sees the pool. Now, let me back up. Gus also goes to a day camp where they have there's little kid pools they'll use for the dogs. So he's a little familiar with jumping into somewhat water. He sees the pool. First one's there. He sprints. I mean, like Usain Bolt runs, goes right to the deep end, up in the air, bloop, and just sank right down to the bottom. And I'm standing there. And I'm like, oh. And he's kind of he's just not
huge.
coming up. He's
huge.
like
150 pounds.
So I'm like, oh, no. So I toss my phone. I'm wearing cargo shorts, a T-shirt. I jump in. I get him. He's panicking. He's in panic mode. He didn't know what he was getting into. So I'm kind of just swimming, keeping him up. We're in there. He's shaking. He's all nervous. He's all wound up. Well, now people start walking in. And what do they see? They say me and Gus in the pool. I'm in there with the T-shirt and cargo shorts, which, by the way, I'm a heavy guy. Heavy guys wear T-shirts sometimes in pools. That is to say, and the first guy to go in, it's like, nah, man, it's for the dogs. It's just for the dogs. You can't swim with the dogs, man. I know that we were allowed to swim the last 5 months, but it's just that you got to get out of the pool, man. Get out. You got to. It's just that he can stay, you can go. And I'm just sitting there bobbing away. I'm like, no, I swear, he couldn't swim. And he's like, no, buddy, all dogs can swim. All dogs can swim. We know that. It's not a fact. You got to get out. You know, and people are coming in like, he's right. He's got to get out of the pool. This is for the dogs only.
That's
sitting
great.
there in my wet shorts and T-shirt. And so to this day, Gus, a little nervous about the pool. He made it. So
That's great.
yeah, it was fun.
That's great. You got any plugs?
Sure. Yeah.
You got a bunch of stuff you need to plug,
I got a
right?
handful of things.
You got some events coming up.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you in Columbus for the big special shoot. We're shooting Greg's next comedy special.
That is on the special is being taped on the 23rd. The first show at 7 is sold out. Mm-hmm. There are some limited tickets for the 9:30 show.
Yep.
Actually, the first show I think is 6:30. 6:30 and 9.
Cool.
The second show, there's a few limited tickets. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tim's going to be there. Sean's going to be there.
Friday show as well. There's some
Friday
tickets.
show. There are some tickets for, and then the Saturday all ages show. There are some tickets for, or Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday.
Oh yeah,
yeah, which is the following day. So come to the special taping. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot of my friends and family coming up. It's going to be a cool deal.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm in Cincinnati with you as well. And then I've got Punk Rock Christmas. So if you like Christmas, if you like Christmas music, and you like rock and roll, I got a band, all your favorite Christmas songs with this really cool band we put together. That's in St. Louis, December 7th at the Pageant. And then my weekend at Streets of St. Charles, Funny Bone, also in the St. Louis area, is in January. So January 13th, I think it all starts.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make an appearance. I think I'm out of town that week. I think I'm in Springfield, Missouri, but I'm going to come back. You do a Sunday show. I think I'm going to try to do an appearance on
that'd be great. January 6th.
If you'll have me.
I would love to have you.
Okay.
Yeah. January 16th to the 19th. We'll talk about some kind of ground rules.
Oh, yeah?
Before we do.
Okay.
There was a funny, we'll tell it next time about the last time we did, when you did spots. You did a great job. It was really strong.
Did I do okay?
Yeah, you did great.
I don't know what I did wrong.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we'll save it with my Swedish story.
Yeah.
You more teases.
You get the feeling that I did something wrong?
No, you didn't do. No, I don't think it was something wrong, but I think it's something fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's what.
Anything that we got to plug?
Yeah, man, we're going to be in Michigan,
Traverse City.
Thank you, Traverse City. That'd be awesome if it was someone there.
Weekend after Thanksgiving, we'll be there.
Correct. Weekend after Thanksgiving, I'll be selling my salmon shirt. I could use it. I'm pretty parsimonious right now, so.
GregWarrenComedy.com, TimConveyStuff.com.
Randy loved it, by the way.
And join the consumers fan page on Facebook.
He hates it
as well. Say the word again.
Parsimonious.
Parsimonious.
Oh,
this has been the consumers. You have been consumed. You have the right to charge your phone.